Hello, I'm Jonathan Gust, Director of Sales at Heartland RVs. Today we want to talk about the amazing all-new Prowler lineup that we have. And this particular model is the 2201 MDS, which is a very popular couple-style floor plan. But we're also going to talk about Prowler too and just all the really awesome features. Really, we're going to talk a lot about construction, because there's a lot of bell and whistle stuff out there that we have with lights and widgets and all that stuff. What we really focus on is construction. We want this thing to last a long time because typically in a Prowler, this entry-level product, this is going to be generally your first RV. We want you to have a good experience with it and pass it down to somebody else that's going to enjoy it as well. So that starts at the very front in the foundation of the product, okay? So the frame is where everything starts. At this frame, what we do differently than pretty much anybody else is an integrated A-frame. What that means is we're going to take this frame and actually run it through the front cross member and into the I-beam itself. So you got more weld points and it's just much more durable. So you don't have this only point right here being the stress point for the unit. It's actually going through with full construction. A couple other nice things we do. You do get two 20-pound bottles on the Prowler products. Those are easily replaceable at the gas stations and everything else. Power tongue jack on everything except for single axles, which would be in the Lynx trim level. On the 2201, you're going to have really nice pass-through, and this is a good opportunity to show you guys one of my big hot points for RVs just in general. When we use plywood construction, okay, we use plywood on our floors, we use plywood on our roofs, our bed bases, even on the dinette bases. We talk about that because plywood costs more, it's more durable, it lasts longer, it's a higher quality product. Okay, we're not going to skimp on things even though it's under layers and you don't see it. Well, you can see it. It's right here. So we're using higher end products for everything that we do structurally, from the frame now to the floor decking, and I'll keep going with some more cool stuff as we go on. So you're going to have a power awning on all the Prowler stuff, everything that you have with the lighted. And the one thing that you have seen a lot of manufacturers go away from is speakers outside. Generally speaking, people are like, oh, you got a Bluetooth or whatever. It's still really nice to have them right there, and they do connect to your Bluetooth through your phone, whatever. So you have the outside speakers on the Prowler lineup. The other nice thing is having the outside hot and cold shower, and moving around to just a little bit here on the back side. As we work around, you're going to have again, what I was talking about, the hot and cold shower on this particular floor plan is going to be on the back wall. We also have the tankless water heater as well, and that's going to be across everything from single axles all the way up to the biggest Prowlers that we make in our lineup. So a couple really cool features there. We're going to go over a little bit more construction on the inside, and we'll show you that. But everything here you can see, just so you know, is at heartlandrvs.com. We got a bunch of cool videos, 360s, live takes like this, stuff like that. So definitely check that out. Let's go look at the inside. So now we're inside the 2201 MDS Prowler. I love this layout. Not only do you get a north-south bed, which means it's going this way and not kicked east to west. Usually on a smaller floor plan like this, we're going to shove that bed kind of east to west in the corner. It's not the best seating. It's not the best sleeping area. So I like to get around here. So not only do you have that, but look at all the seating. You have a great dinette with a big window looking right out on the campsite side. Theater seating. We got a ton of storage here. CPAPs. Good hanging storage here. I think this floor plan is one of those really cool sweet spots, and that's why it's so popular in the industry right now when you look at what we call stick and tin, but a traditional build unit, or even the laminated higher end stuff. This floor plan is doing really well. Why? Most of the time what you find out on good floor plans is they're very functional. Okay, they give you everything that you want without taking away anything, and that's what you get. You get good campsite vision, great seating, theater seating at this price point for Prowler, with the TV right across there. And again, a north-south bed in this setup is very nice. And we'll show you the kitchen in a second. But what I want to talk about while we're sitting here right now is some of the things that we do different, okay? With Heartland, the all-new Heartland lineup that is being generated and going out here in the last 3 months, is we 100% PDI everything. And this isn't for lack of a better term, a BS line that some of us use. Okay, we say we PDI, yes, that means we PDI some units. We PDI 100% of every unit. So what that means is it goes through a very stringent process of inspection. Okay, we're checking everything. This is very much automotive in the fact it goes through each station, checks everything, plumbing, electrical, make sure those slide outs work perfectly. Not saying we're going to be perfect, but it's a really, really good product. And that's what we want to do. We want to deliver quality to you. Again, what I was talking about on the inside is going to emulate on the inside. We're all about making sure the construction and longevity of the product is intact, more so than giving you a cool metal basket or a little wicker basket here for flash and to draw your eyes into. Because the stuff you can't replace is how the floor is built, how the roof is built, how the slide out's built, how the quality of the construction was looked at and then inspected for it to get to you and to enjoy this for a long time. Those are the things you can't change. I can go on Amazon right now and buy a bunch of cool baskets and stuff to put in here and lights and whatever you want to do. That's the fun part about it. The stuff that you need me to do as a manufacturer, we're doing it right every time. So let's talk about that. We talked about the floor. If you guys remember, plywood floor, right? So let me go to the roof. Okay, this is the Truss XL system. So what the roof is, all that means is we have a wider truss. So it's still 16 on center, plywood topper, but everything's heavier duty. The nail stamps, the width of it, the standards that we do. So I'm not going to get too far into it because not a ton of us know about roof construction. All I'm telling you is this can hold 4,500 pounds and the competition can't. Okay, that's amazing. What that means is we're just building this really, really well for you guys. When you look at a box that's going down the road on wheels, you need the top, the bottom, and the sides to be constructed very sound, and it is. So now let's go back to the 2201 MDS floor plan that I love. So let's circle around to the kitchen. I'm going to show you a couple more things that I love about this. You get a nice 12-volt fridge. Now that's standard in the industry anymore. You're not going to see a lot of gas electric. 12 volts are very efficient. And then you're probably going to ask me, what kind of solar does this have? This is all prep for solar. The really nice part about our prep, and some dealers will go ahead and option it from the manufacturer with 200 watt and a 30 amp controllers. The really nice thing is all the prep, the wiring's already set up for up to 200 to 400 watts of solar, and it's all set up already even on the roof. So if you want to add it, you don't want to add it now, you want to add it later, you can, which is awesome. That's going to run your fridge, your lights, everything else. I love the storage in here. Again, for a small unit, we're not losing function. You still get a really nice big pantry, which is awesome. In the countertop space. In this setup, I love having the countertop space. Well, two things I want to hit on in the entry-level product, especially in this Prowler, this entry-level space. Two things I love that we do different. All hardwood doors everywhere, okay? This is where you get wrapped doors and humidity that comes into these units. These are 2-inch sidewalls, right? You get humidity. These are all hardwood doors, hardwood drawers throughout, okay? That is a big deal for me. The other thing that a lot of people are doing in this price point right now are getting rid of your oven, okay? Not saying you're always going to use your oven, but what they're doing is they're taking the microwave and it's shoving it down here. Why are they doing that? To save money so they can spend it on other things. I'm going to give you a microwave and a full oven, a 3-burner range top where some of them have 2. You're going to have that whole setup. So you have a full kitchen setup if you need to use it, okay? So that's awesome. In here, you do have a nice big sink for you. And in the shower, we can show in here, again, a ton of storage. We have a really nice linen for this size unit. You do get a medicine cabinet up top, porcelain toilet. So again, you're getting a lot of features. At this price point, theater seating, usually you're getting a cheap jackknife sofa here. In hardwood doors and drawers, that's usually not the case here. The construction and what we do, again, that's what I want to push home more than anything. A lot of the buyers are very smart, educated, because what are we doing? We're going online. We're doing our own research, right? We're not just listening to a sales guy on the floor or listening to a guy like me. You're listening to a bunch of different people. Look at the quality. Ask them how they're building these things. How's the frame built? How's the floor built? Those are the things that are going to matter long term when you own this thing for a long time, which I know you will, and I hope you enjoy it. The Prowler product you can see at heartlandrvs.com. We got a ton of great videos, 360s of all these floor plans. This 2201 MDS is one of my favorites. Check that one out for sure, but we got a wide breadth of product within Prowler and Prowler Link stuff. Check it out. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.